What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld, and we're going to be talking about Madden 21 and what we're going to be doing day one of Madden 21 Ultimate Team. Pretty much we did this back in Madden 20 while Madden 19 was out, and it got you guys pretty much amped up and excited jumping into Madden 21. So what we're looking at right now is the Madden 20 footage that we're going to actually be trying to display in 21 once it's released. Now, you're probably saying, Gmia, why are you powering up Jalen Ramsey? You haven't done it all year where you had two corners powered up. What is this right now? Why are we doing that? Now, this is something that I want you guys to keep in mind. When we take a look, once we all get the game, all right, August 22nd, if you get it 6 days early, EA access, whatever you do, once we all get the game, this is what we are going to do. Day one, we're checking out what abilities are available for which cards, how high the overall has to be to get those abilities, and what abilities actually work. Now, what you're going to notice is we're going to obviously have universal coverage, we're going to do lurker, you know, the typical stuff that we always put on the cards. But remember, based on the way that the beta played, a lot of you guys, let me know if you agree with me, the user felt kind of heavy. It felt like you were running around with a bunch of apples in your backpack, in your butt cheeks, or whatever. You just had a lot of weight on you, right? More than likely, they're going to fine tune it so that maybe it goes more towards the weight of the player. So the reason that I point that out is because it might be more useful for you to utilize a strong safety as opposed to a linebacker, because you might get a swifter, you know, faster movement while you're usering. So day one, I want you guys to do this with me. We're going to be taking a look at it. And like I said, we are going to pick up on it. We're going to see exactly what moves need to be made, how we're going to approach it. Like I said, the abilities, you know that they're going to switch up universal coverage. It won't be like this next year because a lot of people complained about it being very OP. So they're going to separate it. I believe it's going to be an X factor in Madden 21. So that's going to be something that we have to pay attention to. Okay. Based on what we got through the regs, I'm not sure about the other abilities if we would take a chance with the D lineman, because they're making it more enticing for you to actually use your lineman. It might be OP to actually put abilities on the lineman. All right. Now, for now, we're not using any abilities on any lineman. We're going straight with the corners and our safeties. All right. Just having the guys that clean up in the back end just be straight wild and ridiculous. So what I'm going to be doing right now in this video is we're going to test it out. We're going to go ahead and see what's going on, because look, this is the way you get a jump start. And all of you guys that are watching this video, if you're new to the channel, please feel free to go back and check out the Madden 20 playlist from the beginning, because you'll be able to see everything that I've done throughout this whole year has been detailed. And I talk with you guys give me feedback, and then we go ahead and we figure out what's going on, and then we all come together and we make a plan, and then we attack. You know, now with the way that I created this, the streak and stretch, I don't know if we're going to have that similar thing going on in Madden 21, because the streak specialist may have gotten a tweak, or it may not be in the game. Mike Evans did not have it in the beta, so I don't know if it's going to be in the game, because, you know, obviously he had it in Madden 20. That's how we knew it existed. You know, Tyreek Hill and everybody else got it in Ultimate Team early. That was one of the cards that we used earlier on to just burn people, you know, deep for 6 and just not care. Okay, so we're going to do a lot of different experimentation. Now, in this video right here, a lot of what I saw in the beta, it looks like they're going to open up more with the passing game. So what does that mean? That means that typical routes that weren't able to get open in Madden 20 are now going to be more, you know, your post routes, your corners and stuff like that. The man-to-man tight coverage in certain cases that overplayed it, it doesn't look like it's going to be able to play it the same way, because I think EA doesn't want everybody that wins a belt with the competitive series to run the ball and have a punter at QB. So I think they're going to open it up, right? So this plan that we're setting is probably going to be very, very smart. And we're probably a step ahead of the game, because the corners do play a lot better. Like, even though Ramsey had no idea what he was doing right there, he was in a blue zone. And he's running with them like that simply because of, you know, he gets that boost. He gets that enhancement with the universal coverage. So let me tell you how this can be very, very useful to us, right? We can start the year off to see, because more than likely, the passing game is going to be in effect. People are going to still run bunch. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on like that. We can see just how well these corners play. We can try it with the abilities, see exactly what goes on with the abilities, and then immediately, once we figure out something, get away from it. Maybe the D-line might be the move. You see what I'm saying? Maybe the D-line might, you know, look, I don't feel comfortable saying, yo, I'm about to be user and D-lineman, Because when I was growing up, like, bro, hey, that was shunned. But a lot of things that were going on when we were growing up, we had to learn a different way and change up. So, you know, if we got to, I ain't doing it. Y'all probably thought I was going to say, yeah, we're going to do it. Nah, I ain't doing it. Now, if I get caught on my D-line and I could run some moves, I'm going to run some moves. But I ain't going to start off on it like, yeah, I'm about to sack this guy. Like, I'm not doing none of that. But it may be an opportunity to where your players play better with abilities than without. All right, so they haven't really detailed a lot more information with MUT yet. I'm waiting for that to happen so that I can share it with you guys as soon as it comes out. But I think that this is a very, very smart plan as far as the way that they're trying to change the game for us to be a step ahead of it, to kind of see like, all right, if we go ahead and we let our D linemen do what they do. For instance, in Madden 20, a lot of you guys probably don't remember this, but Linval Joseph was the best D tackle to start the game, right? Because he was heavy, he was big, you weren't able to do nothing to him, and strength actually mattered. Then they tuned the game and he became a joke, right? So everybody went away from it, but we all knew that at the beginning, it was a thing. It was something that definitely 100% worked. Now, whether or not EA changed that because, you know, they were going to be releasing other cards and he started off with an OP overall with strength, whatever that was, it doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is, I figured it out immediately in August when the game dropped. Like, yo, this is what's going on right here. Like, this dude right here, you're not running the ball in the middle on this guy, and he's able to make plays. So because of that, we were able to get a head start. A lot of you guys that have been with me since that time, you felt the wrath of people that were running around with Linval Joseph, because it was something, I put it out there, everybody understood it, and then eventually it evolved into finesse move. And then we all went with the finesse move D-line, and that was successful for a while. Pretty much in the beta and the beginning of Madden 20, it was supposed to be all about the strength, because Aaron Donald was a monster. Like, crazy stuff was going on. Like, if you guys played Regs, Aaron Donald was sacking you instantly. So they had to tune the game because it made Ultimate Team even more OP. That's what you guys don't seem to understand. A lot of the stuff that happens when you play Regs, that's the way the game's supposed to be. But because of Ultimate Team, everything is manipulated. All the numbers, everything, and it makes the game play a lot differently than it's supposed to. So because of that, you're not able to really get the full gist of what's going on. The only real way they can actually make MUT a little bit more like Regs is if they started it off with extremely low overalls and then gave the players the ability to progress. Similar to how rookie premieres are, but gradually give them different overalls, like as it goes on with the, however the NFL season goes. If we are going to have an NFL season, whichever way it goes, you're able to better understand, what works for that player, and you can see the transition so that if you're not playing Regs, you still get that kind of feel. The problem with that is people are going to be very, very frustrated if dudes are just way too garbage and you're buying bundles. So that's one of the things that you guys have to understand. You could already see, like, Ramsey wouldn't have played like that if I didn't have abilities on him. So if we start this, and like I said, we are going to see if the corners can play like that, that gives us the middle of the field. You see what I'm saying? If our corners can play with that type of ability and we just know, like, all right, this dude likes to run corners, he likes to run crossers, whatever he's running, it doesn't matter. We know we got that covered from the outside. It's going to be a game changer to start the year. You see what I'm saying? So that's the kind of stuff that I'm looking to do day one. All right. It's obviously going to be a lot more entailed because we have to see what's going on with the daily objective. We got to see MUT Master. We got to do so much. But the biggest thing to do when you start MUT is to get out and see what works. So I'm not telling you guys that we're going to try this out in head-to-head. Because remember, in the beginning of the year, what do we do now that they've had it readily available? Solo battles are very, very key in understanding and learning the game early. So when I'm telling you that we're going to be, trying these abilities out and things of that nature, you don't have to do it right away because it's going to be relatively expensive to start. And I know I have a lot of viewers that are no money spent. So when you go ahead and do something, that's something that has to stay with you for a while. You can't just go willy-nilly and figure it out. And I understand that. So testing out the abilities is going to be very, very key to all of our success. Right here, this part right here, bro, I almost died, dude. I almost died. Night train, and then everybody gets spin moved. And then why did Ramsey just stop right? Okay, go for 6 then. He actually scored here. Go for 6. I guess he has a Steelers theme team, and Zach Gentry is 455 speed because everybody that was chasing him has a 99 speed with a 99 Excel, but none of that really mattered. So we're not even going to talk about that. It is what it is. you know, getting back to what else we're going to need to do, it's going to be a lot more, you know, involved with it. I think what we may do is we probably will go the solo battle route, because the solo battle route is actually the safest. When you play it on all Madden, you actually get the feel of what the game is when you play a decently skilled opponent. Because what happens is, on all Madden, the computer just cheats. He really threw that. The computer just cheats every snap, so everything is like a little bit more unrealistic, and you're able to get an understanding of, all right, this works, that works, whatever, and then you go into a real game, and then you're able to really, you know, try it out and see what's going on with it. So for me, as you can see with the way that everybody's playing, because usually Ryan Shazier, for some reason, he never goes back that far, but you see the way that they're playing, you see like how, you know, they'll turn around, they'll look, they'll do different things with the abilities. That's a key factor for stopping a lot of the stuff and the regular routes that people run. That is a very, very huge factor, guys. Like, I'm telling you right now, it's amazing, but like at the end of every Madden, I always start to find out new things that I bring into the next Madden. And that's what I want to encourage you guys to take part in, because I'm telling you, bro, if you start off like this, and you'll see, trust me, if you put abilities on your corners and you put the specific abilities, you know, universal coverage, Night Train gets Enforcer. He also gets what is the other thing I put on him? I put, yeah, the Lurker. And then I think I probably put like the Homer or stuff like that to get them their abilities to activate faster, the Superstar X Factors to activate a little bit faster. When you do that, you don't have to have the corners that I have, but if you can get universal coverage, just try 2 corners with universal coverage activated and tell me what you think. Because remember, it took a while for a lot of the corners to be able to get that into their tiers unless they had really, really ridiculous stats. So that's something that I would definitely recommend that you guys take a look at and try it out, because this guy right here, he's a top 100 player that's beaten me before, and you know, we were pretty much able to do a little bit different defensive schemes because I knew my corners were going to play properly and not just run around like idiots. So everything that he was trying to do, we were able to counteract because I didn't have to worry as much. Like, look at what they're doing. Look at this. Like, everybody, I don't know how we picked that, but it is what it is. Everybody just plays better when the corners react the way that they do. So day one, we're going to be looking at a lot of these things. Let me know what else you would want to see or want me to discuss day one. Do you guys want to stream? Do you prefer a video? Start to give me that feedback, because we're also thinking about coming out with NBA 2K21 Ultimate Team, or whatever they call it for them, the My Team, starting at launch. So you're going to have, you know, 2 for 1 over here, bro. Like, hey, you got NBA, you got that, and everything else like that that's going on. So let me know what you guys are thinking, where you want to go with it. But I think that day one, we're going to probably start off with abilities on the corner to see just how well they play, because that may in fact eliminate what EA is trying to change with the passing game in Madden 21. I want to thank everybody for watching. Continue to be safe. Until next time, one love, y'all.